Thank you, Lauren. Our next poet is the Assistant Executive Director of the Weekend Poetry Workshop Lit Fuse, and she represented Spokane at the 2014 National Poetry Slam, Emily Gwinn.
Excellent. Thank you, Keely. Thank you so much for including me in this awesome event. I just want to thank you all for being here as well. I just have a few poems to share with you tonight. They're all new, so I'm sharing with you some of my new work. I participated in one of those 30-30 events back in November, where I wrote a poem a day for every month a day. I wrote a poem a day for every day in the month of November, and some of these came out of that, so it was a really good experience for me. This first one's for my daughter. It's called Daughter Tongue. She says the word Louisiana like her mouth is on fire as she clicks puzzle pieces of the United States into map. It's a riddle for her, the staccato and slide of tongue around new vowels. She collects them like dimes, warms them in her cheeks. Arkansas, Indiana, Florida. She wants to call everything by name. What is it called, Mama? What is its name? I tell her Boone Avenue. I tell her referee, condensation, how lucky I am, how grateful. Tonight she is tucked between her father's body and my own, and I can hear her breath, even in dreams, sounding out syllables. Freckles, she says, panda, Florida, petunia. Even in sleep, the need to speak, to arrange letters, to call out words in the language of her birth, my language, speaking back to me in my own tongue. Like this. Thank you. Part of the fun thing of writing a poem every day is you have this pressure of trying to come up with where do I get the material, and surprisingly it's all around us all the time, and so this was one I wrote right after I left the eye doctor. It's called Tips for a Post-Dilated World. They will numb the glass a little, adjust the iris's constrictors and bicycle spokes. One muscle will be stopped while another is unwound, leaving you spinning into sunlight. It is temporary. Your world will slowly adjust back into darkness, into November's icy time. They will peek into nerve, into macula, the oval heart of the eye. They will search for a tiny tear in the fabric of your retina, the denim of your father's fast blindness. If you start to see spots, floaters, flashing lights, a gray curtain converging on everything, it will be an emergency. You will be in the world, but removed of the world. Pupils dilate in stress and pleasure. The more difficult or delightful, the larger the aperture. Try to enjoy this lingering view. The earth will only be this bright for a while. Thank you. And then the last one I'll share with you tonight, again, came from that experience. It was November, so it was a great time to write a poem a day. It was cathartic. So this is called Surviving the Eastern Wind. And Mary Poppins ended up in here. I don't know how, but I don't know if it works, but again, they're new, so we'll see. You can let me know if it works. I went to sleep with a story inside my head and woke to Yaris raking the sand behind my eyes into patterns of strewn leaves. How will we make it through another winter? The Iroquois believed moose brought the eastern wind, its gray breath a cold mist on the shoulder. I have found this animal in dark country, have watched it search for willow, finding the tallest branch with its tongue. I went to sleep when the world was angry, forcing itself inside my bed. It's an eastern wind, my husband tells me, and yet says nothing of Mary Poppins. How when she arrived at the Banks family doorstep, there was no mention of magic, of the twins barking with croup, or John and Mary's misplaced father, only a simple conversation about the weather. There is a difference between imagination and belief. What she called compass became expedition. Tea party was a circus in the sky, elephants dancing with pigeons, stories simply put inside a seed. A lesson in survival. It took nothing more than hope, than waiting for the season to change, for the west wind to return and carry her away. Thank you so much.